In this day and age, it seems like everyone is getting a side hustle. Making ends meet gets harder every year, and a lot of us are looking for part-time jobs and gigs that can provide us with some quick money without a lot of time and effort. They may not be careers, but they can supplement your income and maybe get you closer to a dream vacation, or at least a nice dinner. And if you don't want to do things like drive an Uber or sell your blood, there are some unusual ways you can make some cash that you might want to look into. Number 10. Penguin counter. Not everyone is aware that there is a small population of people in the Antarctic all the time. These people are located at various research stations monitoring things like the weather, the ice shelf, and penguins. There is one post office on the entire continent because even those people like to order stuff from Amazon now and then, apparently. The post office is run by the UK Antarctic Heritage Trust, and in April 2022, they were in the market for a new employee. But the job included more than just sorting mail for the 1,000 to 4,000 residents. Caring for historical artifacts is also part of the job description, as is what may be the greatest responsibility of any job on the continent: counting penguins. If you think penguin counting job will be easy, it's worth noting that there are around 20 million birds there, so you're probably not going to get them all, or at the very least, you're going to count one or two of them twice. You don't need to count every penguin, of course, just the local Gen 2 colony. Part of the job also includes cleaning up after penguins, and they're not exactly known for their hygiene. There's also no running water on site, because of course there isn't. Still, it's a chance for a heck of a story, if nothing else. Number 9. Poop donor. Have you ever heard of someone who is an amazing salesperson described as being able to sell ice to the Inuit? It takes someone with incredible skills of persuasion to sell an essentially useless thing to somebody who already has an abundance of it. But there are biotech companies out there right now handing that opportunity to almost all of us on a silver platter. They're willing to buy poo from you on a regular basis. Series Therapeutics was paying between $25 and $75 up to $1,200 a month for poop donations. Donors need to be healthy, a non-smoker and a non-drinker, have no GI issues, and be between 18 and 50. So, why does anyone want to pay for poop? It's actually for a much better cause than it seems at first. The healthy samples are needed for fecal microbiota transplantation. The procedure involves transplanting fecal matter from a healthy donor to someone with an unhealthy gut in the hopes that the good bacteria can help combat any number of problems. For some people, this can be a life-changing procedure. Number 8. Memesmith. For several years now, memes have been the lifeblood of the internet. In the mid-2010s, a number of companies began focusing heavily on producing memes in the hope of making their content go viral. This gave rise to the actual meme industry, which pivoted from people just making these funny images and jokes for the fun of it to people doing it for a living. And some people make good livings making memes. Companies like Gitcoin combined social media expertise with meme producing in a job that paid over $100,000 a year. Bud Light Seltzer was offering up to $5,000 a month for meme producers. They may not be pearls of wisdom, but if they're shareable enough, they could keep your rent paid. Number 7. Moving to a new city. Moving is a big decision for most people, and it's arguably the biggest upheaval you can experience in your personal life. You have to take everything you own, including yourself, and just go somewhere else. Whether that be down the street or to a whole new city can make it more or less complicated and troublesome. But to take some of the sting out of it, there are a number of cities across America that will actually pay you to move there. Tulsa Remote was putting up $10,000 for those willing to move to Tulsa back in 2020. The major qualification was that applicants had to be employed remotely somewhere else. Free workspaces and deals on housing were also included. You need to live in Tulsa for at least a year to get the money, which is dispersed over the course of the year. The state of Vermont was also on board with paying people $10,000. The state of Arkansas will offer you $10,000 in cash or crypto, plus a new mountain bike. Topeka, Kansas could supply you with $15,000, depending on certain qualifications met. It's not just the USA either. Calabria, Italy has even more money to offer those willing to move to the area for up to 3 years. You can get about $30,000 to do so. Number 6. Netflix Watcher. Netflix has 222 million subscribers around the world. The company made over $7 billion per quarter in 2021. It's safe to say that it's the biggest streaming service out there, and by the numbers, they're doing all right. So why shouldn't the rest of us have a little piece of the pie? Fortunately, this is an option if you're committed to watching a lot of TV and movies. More than one place will pay you to do so as well. First and foremost, Netflix itself has paid people to tag content for years. You need to be able to consume a lot of content and also come up with the baffling tags that the company uses to describe that content, which includes things like true bromance and wine and beverage appreciation. In 2021, Edu Birdie was paying $1,000 a month for people to watch Netflix and Prime, which involved watching at least 3 episodes of 10 different shows to see how motivational they were. The site essentially wants you to write essays on the content that maybe they're going to sell to high school or college students later, so you need to be okay with facilitating academic cheating if you're interested. Number 5. Play with puppies. They say there are 2 kinds of people in the world, cat people and dog people. If you're a dog person, you can parlay that love of puppies into cash if you know where to look. A website called Yappy was offering up to £24,000 a year for someone to be their chief puppy officer. The details of the job are pretty easy to deal with. The office allows employees to bring their dogs to work, and the chief puppy officer has to make sure that all the dogs are kept busy and stay safe from 9 to 5 each day. Less involved, but no less fun, was the job offered by Mutt's Canine Cantina, a restaurant in Texas that also has a dog park where diners' pets can hang out during a meal. They were hiring a pup turn whose job was to just pet dogs in the dog park for a respectable $100 an hour. Number 4. Go vegan. There are a number of arguments a person could make for going vegan. For some people, it's a health choice. For others, it's an ethical one. Some people just don't like the taste of meat. Whatever the reason, though, the benefits are usually simple and not material. But that's not always the case, because some people are willing to pay you to go vegan. Pet food company Omni was offering up a £30,000 salary for just 3 months if a pet owner was willing to go vegan for the full 90 days alongside their dog. The human and dog partner have to go the whole time eating no animal products while also keeping detailed notes of what they eat, energy levels, and overall health. For non-dog owners or those not in it for a 3-month haul, the website Vegan Lifts was offering $2,500 for just 30 days of the vegan lifestyle. Applicants needed to meet certain criteria, including geographic criteria. The site was looking to make converts in states with the greatest number of meat eaters. Candidates had to be between 18 and 60 and meet specific health requirements before they'd be considered for the job. That was in 2020, and in 2021 they raised the bar and offered $3,500 for the vegan experience. In the UK, Vibrant Vegan is offering $50,000 for 3 months as a vegan if you meet their requirements as a hardcore carnivore convert. Number 3. Take naps. Does anything feel better than a nap in the middle of the day? Probably a lot of things, but you can't deny a nap can be nice and a relaxing experience. If someone's going to pay you to nap, that's even better because it's literally the easiest job in the world. A company called Each Night hires nap reviewers who can test at what time of day a nap is most refreshing, how naps affect memory and motivation, and other nap-related questions that we all want to know about. The job lasts 30 days and is worth $1,500. Sleep Junkie is less concerned with naps and more concerned with just getting to sleep. They were looking for insomniacs and those who have issues sleeping to test sleep aids. $250 per test, up to $2,000 for 8 weeks worth of testing. Back in 2019, NASA was hiring people to stay in bed for 2 months for $19,000, although there were a number of requirements, including being able to speak German and having to do literally everything, including going to the bathroom while lying down. Number 2. Taco consultant. Everybody loves tacos, or tacos, as the Americans insist on calling them. That may sound like hyperbole, but tacos al pastor were literally voted the best food in the world by a panel of 100 food experts. So, if you can get a job eating tacos, you're probably living the high life. In 2021, McCormick & Company made this a reality with the greatest taco job in history. Their director of taco relations would get paid $100,000 for just 4 months of work that was just 20 hours a week. Responsibilities included making taco recipes, eating tacos, and bringing taco lovers together while staying up to date on taco trends. Number 1. Vacation in paradise. During the COVID pandemic, 95% of people surveyed said that they would consider traveling internationally once restrictions were lifted. So it's safe to say that, given the opportunity, a lot of people want to go on vacation. And from that, it's probably safe to extrapolate that a lot of people would be very happy to be paid to go on vacation. If that sounds like an ideal job, then you're in luck. Resorts like Boardwalk Hotel Aruba hire social media residents who get to live in the hotel, get a monthly allowance, airfare, a car, and all meals just for living in the resort and posting about it on social media. That's what people do on vacation all the time anyway. Vedanta did something similar in 2018 when they hired a brand ambassador to stay at their Mexican resorts and rake in $120,000 at the same time. For a less intense experience, TL Love Luxury was paying $1,500 a month to sleep in 5-star hotels and test out the beds.